like a purple amorphous blob.
Yeah, it was a big blobby thing.
How does that work?
It doesn't match with the Yankees.
Yankee
Seriously,
Doodle.
look
Come
it up.
on now.
I mean,
Look it up if you don't
Yankee
believe me.
Doodle.
Look it up if you don't believe
Yeah,
me.
Yankee Doodle, okay.
Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yeah, it was this big blobby thing that I think survived maybe part of a season.
I'm glad you remember it.
Dandy was the mascot of the
it was
New York.
Dandy.
Dandy
Okay.
was the mascot of the new. Oh my! He looks like a guy from Sesame Street.
Wait, let me see.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's like
what is that,
hold
like
on.
Barney?
Dandy was the mascot
Look
of
it
the
up,
Yankees
Brandon.
between 1979 and 81. He was
lasted longer than I
he was a
thought.
large pinstripe bird that sported a Yankees hat. He had a mustache that gave him the appearance of similar status to Thurman Munson. I don't see it. That looks more like
Is that why he had that?
He looks like Goose Gossage to me.
He does look like a Sesame Street character.
His name was a play on the classic American folk song Yankee Doodle Dandy.
All right, I got that part right.
I am very happy the Yankees don't have him anymore.
Okay, I
he
see.
looks scary. He looks like he would drive fans away.
Honestly, the Yankees don't need a mascot.
They really don't.
I
the
mean,
bleacher creatures are the mascots.
Bald Vinny's the mascot.
Is he still there?
Yes.
Okay,
He's still
good.
leading the roll calls.
That's a
All right.
funny-looking mascot.
That was the best call in Beyond the Game history from Martin from Merrick. But let's see if you can top it.
Oh,
if
my
you want to talk
goodness.
sports, you can call 516-572-7440 here on Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College. 90.3 WHPC. I am Jake Valk. Sitting across from me, Brandon Johnson, Dominic Arbolino, and Eric Fischetti. We're having too much fun here.
I'm still looking at this mascot. That does not look like a Thurman Munson mustache.
I
at
dare you to
all.
set that as your screensaver for a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Deal. Okay, hold on a second.
Are you going to do it?
I'm doing it right now. I also had a bet with Dominic that if the Blues beat the Predators, he would have a St. Louis Blues background for a week. But nope, Jamal Adams gets the cake, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For your sake, you better hope Jamal Adams works out. He'll become the next Bill Baird.
Hold on.
He's gonna work. He's
I'll
already,
No, he will. He will.
I'll even
got
do
a lot
you
of
one
faith.
better. I zoomed in on his potato face. Hold on a second. Look. See?
Wait a second. I got to get a closer look at this. Hold on, guys.
Verification is right there.
Yeah!
Oh my God! People
I
are
love
gonna
this
look.
show.
People are gonna look at my phone and be like, "What is that?" I'm like, "I don't know."
I love this show.
Would you screenshot it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, wow.
Guys,
Put it
guys,
as
it's the
your
Yankee-
wallpaper now.
I did.
Guys.
I did. Can you see it?
Oh, wow.
Can you see
That's
it?
scary.
It is scary. I'm gonna look at my phone in the middle of the night now, Dad. I don't do
You know
that.
what's scary?
What's that?
Jamal Adams.
He looks like a pirate from the Caribbean, but instead he's a Doolittle.
Good
That'd be
movie,
cool.
by the way. I saw it
Oh, you
yesterday.
liked it. Okay.
I love this show. I love this show.
Come
I love
on
that this
now.
is what we do.
Entertainment.
You never know what you're going to get on this show. One
true.
minute, it's hard-hitting sports talk. The next minute, we're talking about nightclubs. The next minute, we're setting our phone screensavers. I love this show. I love this show. I'm going to end up staying here when I'm 60 years old. I'm not going to look to go anywhere else. I'm just going to do this for the rest
We
of my
need to
life.
be nationally syndicated. Then we'll be a great show.
You'll get me on Mad Dog Sports on Sirius XM, so I can go
Yeah.
absolutely bananas.
Ballistics.
Man alive.
All right, what are we talking about again?
Where were we?
We lost track.
Hockey, right?
Yeah, we were on hockey.
There
The
we
last
go.
hockey.
The last hockey story here. According to Frank Saravalli of TSN, the Blackhawks will allow the Golden Knights to take Trevor Van Riemsdyk in the expansion draft in exchange for Vegas acquiring Marcus Kruger in a trade. Last year, TVR had 16 points and Kruger had 17 points, but his cap hit next year is $3,083,000. What are your thoughts on this arrangement?
I mean, honestly, it'll probably work out for both teams, but in Chicago's case, this is basic, bait, in my opinion. You can have Trevor Van Riemsdyk, a great player to build around, but you got to take another person's salary.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
honestly,
a good move, I think.
It's a
excellent
smart,
move for the
yeah.
Blackhawks.
They
It's a
gotta.
it's a
Especially
very
their
good
cap
move.
hit. They definitely have to.
I'm not high on TVR or Kruger. Marcus Kruger is one of the most overpaid players in the league.
Oh yeah, I'm not hot. No, Marcus Kruger.
Not to switch to football, but didn't John Lynch do this to the Chicago Bears? I'm serious. Didn't he do this to the Bears?
He baited him. Yeah, exactly. Well, the Golden Knights, one thing that they were allowed to do with the expansion draft, and I kind of like that Gary Bettman allowed this, was he allowed George McPhee, the GM of the Vegas team, to make handshake arrangements with other teams. Like, okay, we'll take this guy off your hands if you let us draft this guy, or we won't draft this guy.
So
if
they can negotiate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really interesting move. It created another element of the expansion draft. And
It's still going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm actually kind of scared. I don't know who the Islanders are going to protect. I don't know who they're not going to protect.
Let me ask you a question. Out of these three guys, Ryan Pulock, Adam Pelech, Scott Mayfield, who would you most want to see go? Like, rank them.
Who would
in
I
order.
rather see go?
Yeah, like, who would you rather see go? Who would you rather see go second? Who would you rather see go last?
I don't know, because Pulak, like, he has potential. We just haven't given him, like, the best shot, I feel like.
I like Mayfield a lot. I want the Islanders to keep Mayfield.
Mayfield kind of reminds me of Matt Martin on defense.
I would agree with that.
And the Islanders need that. I mean, granted, they still have Cal Clutterbuck. I don't really consider him an enforcer. He does fight.
He's an enforcer.
He does fight. He does stick up to his teammates. But to me, when you had a player like Matt Martin, you really wish to see that a lot more. And to me, Cal Clutterbuck is kind of like a step down, which is kind of unfair to say about him because he's not Matt Martin, but he's a better scorer than Matt Martin. But honestly, I would rather Pelech go. I feel like he's holding up a spot, and I feel like Pulak deserves that spot.
Yeah, my order to see go would be Pelech, Pulock, Mayfield. Mm-hmm. I'm high on Mayfield. I really am. So let's switch gears to football. Dominic, I know you're itching to get into this.
Yes.
Our Jets traded Calvin Pryor to the Browns for Demario Davis. According to Pro Football Focus, Pryor had a 68.7 overall grade last year, and Davis had a 58.4 overall grade last year. Dominic, who won the trade?
I don't really think anybody won the trade. I think it was actually pretty even on both teams' case. I mean, Browns get a position they need with a player who now gets to almost restart his career, and the Jets get back a guy we drafted, a guy the Jets drafted, I should say. And, now it's something that they get depth in the middle linebacker position, and, Demario Davis isn't a keeper. He's not, because his contract ends at the end of the season. Also, they could cut him. You never know. This was for the Jets wanted to get rid of Calvin Pryor, but they didn't want to release him. They wanted to get something for him.
Yes.
So they got back Demario Davis, and I think it's just an overall good move. Pryor was going to have a role in defense really that much after the Jets drafted Marcus May and Jamal Adams. So it's just something that I think it was just a smart move to make, and to get back a player like Davis, who is a good locker room guy, and just adds depth to our defense in a position we need.
I'd have rather gotten a day 3 pick than Davis, to be honest with you. Just because I feel like the day 3 pick has more value than a backup inside linebacker. But I do like Demario Davis. I do. I was sorry to see him go last year. Although the one good thing about Davis leaving is got to see Darren Lee.
Yes, exactly.
And I like Darren Lee.
So do I. But I think one thing about Davis is that he can't cover. He can't cover.
No. He's not a cover.
So that's why if he does make the Week 1 roster, I think it's obviously going to be behind Darren Lee and David Harris. No doubt about that. But it's just he's going to be just like a key guy on defense that they're going to use.
They might get him involved.
Definitely. Yeah. He'll have plenty of time.
Yeah, he'll have a role. But
same thing with Calvin Pryor.
Primarily. Like special teams primarily.
Yeah.
I mean, Calvin Pryor might get a chance to start.
Yeah, no, and I have nothing against Calvin Pryor. I liked him since he got drafted. He's a good player, but
almost threw the remote across my house when he was picked.
Yes, so is it. Yeah, everybody was. I'm pretty sure every Jet fan was.
I wanted Teddy Bridgewater. That was who I wanted. Teddy Bridgewater or Johnny Manziel. I was on the Manziel train. I was.
So was I.
Everybody was.
I think everybody.
Johnny Football.
Can I ask you a question though? Do you think Calvin Pryor is now in a good place in Cleveland?
Yes,
I think so.
Because they have a young defense,
and they're like starting their team over. He gets a chance to restart his career almost with a new team, and also he's playing for a contract, so he's got to do that too. And another thing is that maybe he'll fit in that defense. It's just he didn't fit in Todd Bowles' scheme. That's simply what it was, and that's why they drafted 2 new safeties that they're going to have a lot of trust in.
And another thing about it, the Browns' defense really isn't that bad.
No, it's not. It got scary.
Yeah,
it got
scary. Got a lot better.
Not even that. Just a bunch of the more.
They added Myles Garrett.
Right.
They added Jabril Peppers.
Also,
they locked up Christian Kirksey long term. That was a good move for them.
Joe Hayden's on one side of the field.
Jason McCourty. They signed Jason McCourty.
Right, they signed Jason McCourty.
Jeez.
The Browns. See, here's the thing. The Browns had $100 million in cap space, and they used it incredibly well.
Yes, they did.
The Jets had $30 million in cap space and devoted almost half of it to Kelvin Beachum and Josh McCown. Think about that for a second. They did add Morris Claiborne, which was a very good move.
But one thing about the Browns is didn't they still have a lot of money to spend, I believe, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not going to give like a $40 million contract for 1 year for someone.
Oh, no,
So,
yeah.
so they're kind of forced to roll it over.
Okay.
I mean, I was really surprised they didn't re-sign Terrell Pryor. That surprised me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was one of their biggest deep threats.
They had the money. That I didn't understand.
Yeah,
And it was
it's true.
1 year.
And didn't they get Kenny Britt instead?
They did get Kenny Britt. Pryor was what, 1 year, like $8 million, something like that?
And I hate
for the
that
Washington
deal.
Redskins, yeah.
Yeah, Browns could have done that. They could have done that very easily. So we got about 2.5 minutes left. It is time for the bottom of the ninth. Brandon, we'll start with you.
Yeah, man. Finals again this Sunday. And then that's pretty much it. I'm enjoying my weekend.
All right, sounds good. Dominic?
I'm going to hope that the Predators bounce back from this 2-0 slump right now because I had the Predators going all the way, and I still stand true to that. And also, I really don't have to deal with Eleanor every week saying that Pittsburgh won the
That's a good thing.
We love you, true hockey maven, but we don't want the Penguins to win. We don't want to see you gloating in our
in
faces.
a new shirt and everything, a new Oli Mata shirt.
Although, to be fair, we'd be doing the same thing if this was the Islanders.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
But and it's okay because the Islanders aren't normally there.
Exactly. Eric, what's on your mind, buddy?
I'm just surprised Dominic didn't say anything about the Jets. But
I know it's a year ago.
You guys told me not to. We just talked about the Jets.
I didn't tell you not to. Jacob told you not to. But
There's a reason for that.
Aaron Judge, the new face of the New York Yankees, was just awarded Rookie of the Month. And now, from Rookie of the Month, onward to Rookie of the Year.
Yes. Oh, I don't think there's a question about that. Aaron Judge is my slam dunk pick for Rookie of the Year.
How about in the National League? Cody Bellinger?
I haven't looked at the stats, so I can't make an accurate determination.
You heard it here first. Cody Bellinger, L.A. Dodgers.
I could see it. I could see it. Hey, his father was a decent player, Clay Bellinger.
He was a Yankee, too, right?
Yep, former Yankee. So, two quick things. Jack McCloskey passed away yesterday. It was overshadowed by the travesty that was Game 1 yesterday, but he was the architect of the Bad Boy Piston teams. If you want to learn more about it, watch the 30 for 30 on it, Bad Boys. It was absolutely amazing. Interviews with McCloskey, Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Bill Lambier, all those Bad Boys was absolutely amazing. And my mom is turning 35 tomorrow. Hey, no, excuse me. Wait a minute. Oh, my God, she's going to kill me. It's 35 on Sunday. Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Please kill me.
Jeez.
35.
Jacob, the window was right there. Just hop out. We won't say a word.
Sean, can I
That's
come
not
home
going to
with
work.
you,
We're in the
please?
basement.
I think she'll let you home because she said she's 35.
Okay, good.
She'll be happy.
Do you get to eat dinner today?
No, probably not. All right, before I say something else stupid, we're out of time here on Beyond the Game. For Brandon Johnson, Dominic Arbolino, and Eric Fischetti, I am Jacob Valk saying that baseball is dull only to those with dull minds.